is focused on yoga to get you moving and grooving. So jump into something comfortable, make sure you have room to breathe, and let's begin. We'll begin right away with drawing in the breath and drawing in the energy with a breath of joy, an energizing and if you're feeling stagnant, just getting some stuff out of the way breath. So we'll begin by inhaling the arms out to the side as if you're conducting an orchestra. Exhale together, inhale out to the side, and on the exhale, forward. On the exhale, bending forward. So as if you're conducting again, inhale out to the side, exhale, inhale out, and exhale, forward. You can try it two different ways as we get going. You can try with inhaling and then exhale, out the mouth, then inhale, and then exhale, out the mouth, forward. That's one option to experiment with. Another way you could try it is taking 3 short sniffs in through the nose. So, and exhaling out the mouth on a ha sound. Something to experiment with and see what feels best for you. So let's try it. So think about conducting the joy and releasing any stagnation. If that feels like a lot for you, on the forward fall, you can think of just maybe even just a slight forward bend. Or if you really want to get it, you can bend the knees, exhale, and waterfall the breath out of the body forward, depending on your back mobility, depending on how awake you are, and how mobile you're feeling in your spine right now. So let's try again. Inhale. That's with the sniff through the nose. Really conducting with the arms swinging wide and exhaling on the forward fall forward. Pressing into the feet on your way back up. Nice and proud to the chest as you're swinging the arms up. It's hard to do and talk at the same time. Beautiful. Last one. Coming back up, bringing the feet hip width distance apart. We'll stand in a Tadasana or standing mountain pose. Feet pressed into the floor. Eyes closed gently, focusing on the third eye, the center of the forehead. Building a pose, noticing a little micro bend in the knees, nice and strong through the quads. Breathing in through the nose on a 3 count breath in, and exhaling out the nose on a 3 count out. Really thinking about a string pulling the head up towards the sky as you're inhaling, and as you're exhaling, grounding in through the heels. Beautiful. And let's try that together this time, but we'll extend the breath. So you can inhale in through the nose, gently opening up the eyes, drawing the arms up for 3, 2, 3. And then exhale, bending the knees, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 as you exhale. So we're doing a 3-5 inhale and exhale. So inhaling 3 counts, 2, 1, gathering and releasing out the nose or mouth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 3, What this does is begins to calm the body down while grounding through the exhale, releasing anything that's not serving you as you gently bend the knees, micro bend. And one more time, inhale up, reaching, extending in your proud chest. 3, 2, 1. And then exhale, gently bending. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The fullness of the exhale, the belly button comes back towards the spine. Beautiful. Now, coming down into a child's pose and just integrating this place that we began in. Arms extended, knees wide apart. You might walk the hands over to the left side of the mat, breathing into the armpit. If you'd like a little more, you can place the right hand on top of the back left palm, getting more of a stretch through the right intercostal muscle. You follow the breath in and out of the body, the belly button expands, and then walking the hands back to the center, and the fingertips move over toward the right corner of your mat. Forehead on the ground, left hand extending on top of the right palm. Left back of the hand actually presses into right top of the hand. Again, feeling that stretch, reaching down underneath the arm, all the way into the left hip. Beautiful. And on the exhale, walking the fingertips back and coming up into a tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees hip width distance apart, tucking the toes under. And we're going to gently press up, lifting the knees up off of the ground about 2 or 3 inches. Stabilizing the core as you draw the belly in and out of the nose. Nice and strong through the belly. Pressing equal weight into both palms. Breathing into the back of the heart. One more breath here. Beautiful. You might even press into your thighs, so pulling up on your quadricep. One more breath. You can do it. Shaking is wonderful. Then on the exhale, extending the hips back and coming into a walking the dog out. So just bending the right knee, alternating with bending the left knee. Right knee bends, left heel extends down to the ground, left knee bends, right heel extends down towards the ground. Head is coming back between, really try to push the head back between the shoulders as you alternate between, just kind of warming up the back of the hamstrings here. Walking it out. Walking it out, walking it out. So just bring your heels down towards the ground. There you go. All right. And come up onto your tippy toes. Beautiful. And when you're ready, walking the right foot in front of the left, left foot in front of the right, left foot in front of the left. And as such, moving the feet up until you're coming to a forward hanging fold. You can bend the knees, grabbing hold of both elbows. Breathing out the nose here. And if you're familiar with the Ujjayi victory breath, coming into this nice snoring breath as you shake the head back and forth. Yes, please, no, thank you. Gently rolling up the spine, taking the tailbone under. Beautiful. Fantastic. So inhale the hands up above the head. Exhaling back to heart center. Stabilizing from that forward fold. Inhaling up, gathering. Exhale back to the head center. Releasing. We're getting moving and grooving here. One breath, one movement. Exhaling the hands back to the heart center. Beautiful. Next time we're going to inhale up. Exhale, swan diving forward into your forward fold, bending the knees, and inhaling up to flat back. On your next exhale, letting the hands come down towards the floor in whatever way you can, bringing the right foot back. The right top of the knee comes onto the ground, top of the foot comes onto the ground, squaring in both hips, and inhale the hands up. Breathing into both ribs, deep into the bottom of both lungs. Try to square off your hips here. Beautiful. And on the exhale, bending your right elbow to your right knee. Beautiful. And opening up the hands out to the side if that's comfortable for you, or you can just leave pressing into your hands. Try to bring your hands into the palms, into the center of the heart. Squeezing, stabilizing so you're not shaking around too much here. And then exhale, releasing the hands back down. Coming back into a little bit of a runner's lunge, shifting the weight back into the hips, lifting the left toes up off the ground. Beautiful. Shifting the weight forward again and coming forward into your, both hands come forward and left leg comes back to meet the right into a plank. Inhaling nice and strong here. You could bring the knees down to the ground if that's comfortable for you. We'll be here for 3 breaths, inhaling in, getting into the ocean of the breath as it rises and falls. Seeing if you can notice a difference between the inhalation sound as the wave laps up onto the shore and a different sound as it reaches back off the shore. Beautiful. And exhale, pushing back into your downward dog. Hips come back high into the sky, walking your legs out here, bending the right knee, the left leg. Inhale and exhale. Bringing the heels back down, alternating, bending one foot, extending the other heel down. Just playing with it here, nothing too precise, but just opening up the back of the hamstrings as the hips come high into the pull back into the sky. Beautiful. Now bringing the right leg up into the air. We're going to walk it forward and drawing the left knee down. Top of the foot presses into the floor, left top of the foot, pressing evenly into both hips. As you walk the hands up onto the top of the thigh, you might stay here. Option 1. If you'd like to, you can inhale your hands up. Option 2, taking 1 breath here. Option 3, bringing the hands in front of the heart, crossing the left elbow over to the top of the right thigh, looking up over your right shoulder, and try to push into the left elbow as you squeeze the knees, especially the left knee towards the center or midline of the body to stabilize through the core. The right hand presses into the center of the heart. Notice what's happening with your breath. And if the breath is compromised at any point, just release and come back to the option before, which would be bringing the hands up into the air, which we often do for a breath, and then exhaling the hands down. Palms framing the front foot, tucking the left toe under, and then walking the hips back. Right toe comes up off of the ground into your runner's lunge. Whatever feels comfortable for you, you can come up onto your fingertips. Squaring off the hips, thinking about pulling the right thigh back into the right hip socket. Beautiful. One more breath here. And on the exhale, bending that right knee. Hands come back up to frame the right foot, tucking the left toes under, lifting the right foot back to meet the left, and we'll be here for 3 breaths in plank. Either here on your hands, shaking is encouraged. That means you're getting some energy moving. If you'd like, bring the knees down to the ground. Strong through the wave of the breath. Oceanic breath, so strong 3 count inhale. 3, 2, 1. Strong 3 count exhale. 3, 2, 1. Belly button back towards spine. Beautiful. Really pressing up into the back of the body. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, releasing the knees down and coming back into your child's pose. Beautiful. Taking 1 breath here. Exhale, release. Walking the hands up. And bringing the knees together. We're going to come into a rabbit's pose. So I'll hop forward on my mat here. Inhaling the hands up. Exhaling, grabbing a hold of the heels behind you, shoulders rotated back and down. Inhaling the chest up high, proud chest. Breathing into the front of the neck. And on the exhale, as you squeeze the knees together, gently lifting up on the thighs, grabbing a hold of the back of the heels, and exhaling the head forward. Seeing how close can you get the head towards the knees. Think about squeezing into one giant leg. The knees come together. Compressing the throat. This is so good for your thyroid. So if you have an underactive or overactive thyroid, any type of compression where you're breathing into the neck while it's compressed is so great. And then shifting your weight as you firmly pull on the heels, shifting the weight to the top of the head. Very hard to speak here, so inhaling. Really great for breathing into that Ujjayi victory breath. That oceanic wave breath. Back to your 3 count inhale. 3 count exhale. Exhale, releasing the hand. Weight shifts back towards the heels. The hands come out in front of you. Lift up the head. And gently relax over the thighs. Breathing, releasing. The palms might come up towards the sky here in a sense of reverence or letting go. Beautiful. One more breath here. Fantastic. Tucking the toes under. Coming back into your downward dog. Walking the knees out, bending here. Nice and active. Making sure that as you bend each foot that you're even articulating into the toe joints. You might even roll all the way up so that the top of the foot then compresses on the floor. Just playing here with what feels good in your body. Less technical and more explorative as we are moving and grooving. Beautiful. Exhaling forward. And then when you're ready, walking, stepping, or jumping your legs forward to the front of your mat. Inhale up to flat back. The hands come up toward the top of the thighs. Exhaling forward, bending the knees. Inhale, reaching, rolling up the spine, coming up to standing. And exhaling the hands back to heart center. Fantastic. We'll open the legs out to the side here. Inhaling the arms up. And exhaling to a T position. You can bring your hands to your waist. And so your feet are about as wide apart as the length of one of your legs. You can pigeon toe the toes together, heels wider apart for a stronger base. Back to that 3-count breath. Breathing up into your proud chest. And then the next exhalation, shifting the weight forward in the toes. As you come forward, if you have blocks, you might bring the blocks onto the floor. You might bring your fingertips onto the floor. And whatever's comfortable for you, just allowing the head to shift forward. So the hands are underneath the shoulders. The fingertips might be way out in front of you. And just kind of a wide armed, wide leg forward fold. Or the elbows might bend facing towards the buttocks, the heels of the hands eventually. One day in your practice may move back towards the same line as the heels of your feet. Inhale up to slightly and exhaling. You can even keep a little micro bend in the knees here if that feels good for you. Inhaling into the back, exhaling, releasing and letting that go. And then walking the hands over to the left foot, grabbing hold of the right ankle if that feels good for you. And then raising the left hand up into the air. So a rotated, wide-legged forward fold. Looking up towards your left hand if that's comfortable for you. Or if that's too much for your neck, you can just keep your gaze focused down towards the center of the floor. Beautiful. One more. Exhale and release. Bring the left hand down, pressing into the floor. The right hand presses into the floor. Inhale up onto your fingertips to regain your equilibrium. Pressing nice and strong into the base of your spine. Exhaling forward. Walking the hands over towards your right foot, maybe grabbing a hold of your right ankle with your left hand. And if it's in your practice, you could bring your right hand up into the air. Exhale, looking up toward your right fingers. Or you might look in between the wide legs. Either up towards the tailbone or down towards the floor, depending on what's comfortable for your neck. Coming back to that oceanic breath. It's one of my favorite things about this practice and these forward folds is it really gives us an opportunity to just kind of play around. And it's so good for the brain when we have our blood and oxygen moving towards the head. It's really good. Actually, it alleviates anxiety and depression when we have these forward folds, or especially anywhere where the head is below the heart. Beautiful. Releasing that, letting it go. Left hand comes back to the center. Both hands come back to the center. Inhale, walking the fingertips forward. Pressing up. Stabilizing here. Making sure you're nice and strong through the inner thighs here still. So lifting up on the thighs, lifting up on the belly button, tugging the tailbone under as we begin to come up into a flat back where the hands come to the lower back. And then very slowly, you want to make sure the equilibrium is in the head as we squeeze the thighs together nice and strong through the core. Inhaling the arms up above the head and exhaling the hands back to heart center. Beautiful. One more time. Inhaling the arms up, making sure you're centered in the body. Exhaling back together. And when you're ready, you could heel, toe, or hop the feet back together. Beautiful. Nice and strong, ready for your day or whatever comes next as you have completed your moving and grooving practice. I'm Afia Yaman. Thank you so much for joining me for this healing break. I really respect and honor the time and the commitment that you're making to your health by being here. I really appreciate you. And so as well, giving you the opportunity to appreciate your wonderful and beautiful self, bowing your chin down towards your chest, giving thanks, namaste, and ashe. We're here for your healing, classes on archive. Spread the love, share the class with someone who might need it, or just bring your good vibes out into the world. Thanks again.